The idea that endless crunches will carve a six-pack, meticulously melting away the fat exclusively from your belly, is a profound physiological misunderstanding. Your body simply does not work that way. We've been fed a myth, a seductive lie peddled by an industry hoping you'll keep chasing the impossible. But the actual science of how your body stores and, crucially, how it releases fat reveals an entirely different picture, one that liberates you from futile abdominal torture and leads to genuine, lasting results. In the next several minutes, you will understand the fundamental biological mechanism that dictates precisely where your body stores fat, and more importantly, how it decides which fat cells to liberate for energy. This isn't about genetics you can't control, it's about a core metabolic truth that redefines every single thing you thought you knew about targeted fat loss and building a truly strong core. Prepare to unravel the crunch trap. When you relentlessly perform hundreds of crunches, a common mental image is often of those fat cells around your midsection, shimmering and dissolving under the focused pressure. It's a beautiful, if entirely inaccurate, fantasy. The scientific reality, however, is far more intricate and, frankly, much more interesting. Your body doesn't possess a mechanism to spot reduce fat from a specific area simply because you're exercising the muscles beneath it. Think of your body's fat reserves not as individual, easily targetable pockets, but as a unified energy bank account. When your body needs fuel, it doesn't say, "Oh, let's just take a little bit from the stomach because those ab muscles are working hard right now." No. It withdraws from its systemic reserves, a process influenced by hormones, overall energy balance, and genetic predispositions, yes, but never by localized muscle activity beneath the fat. Consider this. You can spend an hour doing biceps curls, making your arm muscles burn, swell, and fatigue. Do you notice the fat on your triceps or the back of your arm suddenly shrinking while the rest of your body remains unchanged? Of course not. The energy for those bicep curls comes from your bloodstream, fueled by glucose and circulating fatty acids, and ultimately, if a caloric deficit exists, from your body's global fat stores. A seminal study published in the journal Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise by Catch, and Flishhacker back in 1979 meticulously investigated this very concept. They had participants perform thousands of sit-ups over a period of 27 days. The results? Absolutely no significant difference in abdominal fat thickness between the control group and the crunch-heavy group. The idea of spot reduction was, even then, demonstrably false. What does happen during crunches is you are building and strengthening the rectus abdominis and other core muscles, and that's a good thing for muscle development. But these muscles operate beneath the subcutaneous fat layer. They don't have a direct, localized metabolic exchange with the fat cells on top of them that somehow triggers preferential fat burning in that area. It's like trying to drain water from a swimming pool by scrubbing the bottom of the deep end. You might clean the floor, but the water level drops evenly throughout the entire pool. The real fat-burning mechanism is a whole-body systemic process driven by a caloric deficit, where your body must tap into its stored energy. And that energy withdrawal is a democratized process, not a targeted strike. Here's the stunning implication that flips everything you've been told about achieving that coveted six-pack. Your relentless focus on crunches, far from revealing your abs, could actually be pushing them further into hiding and causing harm in the process. What does this mean for your daily routine? It means that if you've been spending countless minutes on the floor, grinding through repetitive abdominal flexion exercises, you've likely been wasting precious time and energy on a physiologically impossible task. Imagine two people. Person A spends 30 minutes every day doing hundreds of crunches, hoping to carve out their abs. They feel the burn. They might even develop some muscle underneath, but if their overall body fat percentage remains high, those abdominal muscles will stay concealed beneath a layer of fat, frustratingly out of sight. Worse still, the continuous, repetitive lumbar flexion involved in crunches can put undue stress on the intervertebral discs of your lower back. This isn't just discomfort, it's a biomechanical reality highlighted by research, such as a paper by McGill, Cannon, and Anderson in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research from 2015, which explored the spinal loading patterns during various abdominal exercises. Their work, among others, shows that the traditional crunch pattern can load the anterior part of the spinal discs, potentially leading to cumulative stress and even injury over time. Now, consider person B. They understand that fat loss is systemic. They prioritize a slight caloric deficit through a balanced diet, incorporate full-body resistance training that naturally engages their core, and include cardiovascular activity to support overall energy expenditure. They also focus on stabilization-based core exercises, things like planks, dead bugs, or bird dogs, that teach their core to resist movement and protect the spine rather than repeatedly flexing it. The outcome? Person B, through systemic fat loss, gradually reduces their overall body fat percentage, which in turn reveals their naturally developed abdominal muscles. Their core isn't just aesthetically appealing, it's functionally robust, resilient, and most importantly, protected. The six-pack isn't built through crunches as much as it's unveiled through intelligent fat loss and thoughtful core strengthening. What if you've been training the exact opposite way? So, knowing that spot reduction is a myth and crunches can be counterproductive for both aesthetics and spinal health, what can you actually do with this profound new understanding? 3 specific, actionable strategies emerge directly from this scientific truth, allowing you to work with your body's physiology, not against it. Firstly, shift your focus from targeted abdominal exercises to holistic, full-body metabolic training. Instead of crunching, embrace compound movements like squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, and lunges. These exercises engage multiple large muscle groups simultaneously, demanding significant energy expenditure and building more lean muscle mass. More muscle mass means a higher resting metabolic rate, meaning your body burns more calories even when you're just sitting still. This creates the systemic caloric deficit necessary for global fat loss, which is the only real path to revealing your abs. Consider incorporating these compound movements into a structured resistance training program 3 to 4 times a week. Secondly, integrate anti-flexion and anti-rotation core exercises into your routine. Forget the endless crunches that primarily flex the spine. Instead, adopt movements that teach your core to resist unwanted movement, thereby stabilizing your spine. Think of the plank, where your core braces to prevent your hips from sagging, or the bird dog, which challenges you to maintain a neutral spine while moving your limbs, teaching your core to resist rotation. The dead bug exercise involves lying on your back and extending opposite limbs, forcing your core stabilizers to prevent your lower back from arching. These exercises develop a truly functional core, one that protects your spine during daily activities and other strenuous movements, contributing to both health and performance without the damaging repetitive spinal flexion. Aim for 3 sets of 20 to 60 seconds for planks and 8 to 12 repetitions per side for dead bugs and bird dogs, 2 to 3 times weekly. Thirdly, prioritize factors that profoundly influence your hormonal environment, especially sleep and stress management. Chronic sleep deprivation, defined as less than 7 hours of quality sleep per night, can significantly elevate cortisol levels, your body's primary stress hormone. Elevated cortisol not only encourages fat storage, particularly in the abdominal region, but also makes fat loss more challenging overall. Similarly, chronic psychological stress triggers a similar hormonal response. By optimizing your sleep hygiene, maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, creating a dark, cool sleep environment, and actively engaging in stress-reducing practices like mindfulness, meditation, or spending time in nature, you create a more favorable hormonal landscape that supports overall fat loss and prevents the preferential accumulation of abdominal fat. Consider implementing a strict digital detox an hour before bed and dedicate 10 minutes each morning to quiet reflection. You've always been told that achieving a lean, strong core was a battle against your midsection, a direct assault on the fat cells clinging there. You believed the effort you poured into crunches would carve out what you desired. But now, with this understanding of systemic fat metabolism and true core function, you see it differently. The war wasn't against your belly fat, it was against a flawed premise. Your body isn't an unyielding opponent, nor is it a puzzle that can be solved with brute force in one localized area. It's an intricate, interconnected system, and when you work with its fundamental physiology rather than fighting against it, the results become not just possible, but inevitable. You are no longer someone futilely crunching. You are someone building a truly resilient, healthy body, understanding the science behind every choice you make. This journey of scientific discovery, of peeling back the layers of industry noise to reveal the precise, actionable truths about your health, has only just begun. There are so many other areas where our fundamental understanding has been subtly, or not so subtly, skewed, leading us down paths that are inefficient, ineffective, or even detrimental. Stay curious, stay empowered, because next time we'll dive into another widely accepted health practice, revealing why what you think you know about it might be exactly what's holding you back from achieving your true potential.